In 1792, as the sun rose over the Potomac River, the sound wasn't one of liberty, but of iron striking stone. Washington, D.C. wasn't born from grand ideals alone. It was carved from the wilderness by the forced labor of enslaved black men, women, and children. The story starts at the Aquia Creek quarry in Virginia. Here, enslaved laborers, rented by the U.S. government from local plantation owners, worked 16-hour days. They weren't employees. They were listed in government ledgers right next to timber and nails, using basic hand tools. They extracted the massive white sandstone blocks that would form the White House and the Capitol, their lungs filling with dust and their hands scarred forever. At the construction site for the president's house, the air was thick with sawdust and lime. Enslaved craftsmen, carpenters, bricklayers, and sawyers worked alongside European immigrants. But while the immigrants could demand better wages or leave, the enslaved had no choice. Men like Peter, Ben, and Harry, whose names are often lost to history, dug the foundations and hauled the heavy stones from the docks. When skilled Scottish stonemasons carved the intricate designs on the White House, it was enslaved helpers who did the heavy lifting and preparation, making the art possible. The U.S. Capitol, our Temple of Liberty, stands as a painful irony. While congressmen debated the nation's future, enslaved men were lifting the timber for its roof. This history is perfectly captured by the Statue of Freedom atop the Capitol dome. When the bronze statue arrived from Italy in pieces, the only person who could figure out how to assemble it was Philip Reed, an enslaved man. His genius and labor were essential to raising this symbol of American liberty, a freedom he himself was denied for most of the project. These laborers lived in wretched shanties, often separated from their families, but they resisted through their excellence, becoming masters of their crafts. For centuries, this part of the story was erased, but recent discoveries of payroll records and letters are forcing us to see the truth. The foundations of America were not just laid on ideals, but on the backs of people building a city that was meant to exclude them. To walk the streets of D.C. today is to walk on a site of memory, a city built by those who dreamed of a freedom they could see in the stone, but could not yet touch. Thank you for watching.